Well, it's an exciting day right now. I'm on the last 40 acres that I have to spread urea on of the year, except for, there's always an except, like 3 acres on one of my fields, just this low belly. We'll see if we go do that at some point. And for the most part though, this is the last main field. So I've done some 4,000 plus acres of corn and edible bean spread. I don't think I'm gonna miss this seed. I'm ready to get out of this bumpy thing. If any of you guys are wondering still why we did not use the ProForce and why the ProForce left our yard, turn it around, hold on. Okay, so to explain the ProForce for those that haven't gotten the message yet, we demoed it, someone bought it, so it left our yard. We did not get rid of it because we didn't like it. We didn't get rid of it because we didn't think it would work. We would have loved to have had it this spring, and I know I would have even more because I'd be the one using it. So definitely missed it. It speeds a lot of stuff up, and just everything about it. Easier to calibrate, don't have to worry about bumps and ditches and stuff like that. We did not have many windy days this spring at all, so it would not have been an issue. That is kind of the downfall with the spinner spreader. And yeah, that wouldn't have caused us too many hiccups this year. So yeah, it left, and I can't wait till one comes back.
Well, it's been a crazy day again. I haven't been filming what I've been doing, but I've just been doing more running around. We are going to go dig the last black bean field. Eric's out there with the sprayer spraying Sonaland, and we're gonna hit it with 3 diggers, I believe, because it's only a mile away and I've got time to take out the 58 foot. So we're gonna go do some digging. Brody's planting black beans. Should be able to finish by tomorrow. He ain't gonna get done today. He'll have probably a full day tomorrow, but the digger's been moving right along, and let's get to it. So if you're new to the channel and haven't been watching past videos, we're planting black turtle beans. Field prep for that's a little bit more intense. You got to spray pre-emerge down before the diggers and then work it in as fast as possible because the stuff actually evaporates. So that's the goal of digging fields as fast as possible. The sprayer actually will stop and sit and wait for him to catch up if he gets too far ahead, because obviously you can spray way more than you can till. But it's getting later at night. We want to get done at a decent time, so I'm heading out. Is there going to be room in this field for me? If I behave. Well, I think so. Coming in! Gonna have 4 pieces of equipment in this field. This should be hectic.
Well, this is a high stress moment. You ever feel like you're being pressured and pushed? I've got 1 digger, 2 diggers, 3 diggers, all out here to incorporate the Sonaland, which is what we're putting on as a pre-plant, pre-emerge for edible beans. And they're keeping up. I'm going. There's Chet, and he's flying his drone. I wonder where the drone is. Maybe could go up and see what it's looking at right now.
This is so much fun. Wish I had more time. Need longer days or something so I could run more digger. It's so satisfying watching all the dirt get tilled up, and when you get outside and get to smell that freshly tilled dirt, there's nothing better. Nothing better. So, I don't know, we've been here maybe a half hour and we're well over half done with a 130-acre field. This is fun. We actually are keeping up with Eric pretty good. So this is a 58-foot digger going about 7.5 miles an hour, and I'm doing about 52 acres an hour. There's about going down the field. Obviously, once you do headlands and dork around, it's less than that as an average, but that's this one. I think Dylan's probably doing 40 acres an hour, and I'm sure that Randy is probably doing that 58 acres an hour, so altogether, that's impressive. Well, actually, what we needed this spring was another digger operator, but we didn't have them, and that's fine. We got done in a timely fashion. There's nothing bad about that, but we did have 3 going for a few days. We have a friend that comes and runs stuff on the weekends, and he actually took a couple of days off, so we were able to run 3 then. But yeah, need another spring guy. But please don't email me or message me, because that just gets overwhelming. But I think that is a problem that all farmers face. I think it's a known problem, is that you need a guy for 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the spring. You need, or maybe more than one guy, and then you need them for a month, month and a half in the fall, and then you can't keep them busy the rest of the year. We feel it. I know all my friends' farms feel it. It's just what it is.
So what I would love to see is a self-propelled go through unworked field here. Hasn't been touched since last fall, and the booms on these top air sprayers, it's like we're driving on tar. They just don't know there's any bumps. The tractor's moving me around. I would hate to be in like a 8410 T-Track, 20 years old, but that boom is as smooth as it can get. Gotta turn. Okay, a little more about the chemicals. So yes, Sonalan, it just acts as a pre-emerge. We're doing that with water as the carrier. 20 gallons an acre, 15 at minimum, 20 is ideal, just so I could do this field in 1 tank fill, which is 140 acres. I'm doing it at 17 gallons an acre, so that should work. This stuff evaporates pretty quick, so that's why we got the diggers right on my butt. There goes the drone! Guy almost hit me. But yeah, then we'll come back and do about 15 more passes on these edibles. Try to keep the weeds down, but that's part of raising them.
There's Eric. He's just about done. This is our last field to be sprayed. This is an old grove site. He cut his rate way back, as low as he can go, and is just spreading it on this where we know weed pressure is just from it being an old grove. Oh, we got a downshift. She's pulling too hard. There it is. I mixed them really tight, so he had 25 gallons left over, which is literally nothing. We're putting 20 gallons an acre on, so he should be running empty any moment. There it went. He's dry. Didn't even get to go over the grove completely. So, like I said, this is our last field, full field that, well, we have 180. That is that one that is just sometimes doesn't get planted and just is water table issues. I'm hopeful that we'll get it this year, just being it's dry and hasn't rained, and maybe it's becoming a drought, but who knows. So we should be able to get it, but that might be a week or 2, who knows. But other than that, we've got everything covered besides the wet spots. Everyone's got mud holes around here. The groves were weeping water out, maybe still are actually. Just gonna have to sit around and wait for that to get ready. But I'm hoping that we might get a weekend off, or at least Sunday off, get some rest, get recharged. Looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. It's been fun season, busy season, stressful season, but they all are. But it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Remember when I mentioned that this is an old grove site? You know what happens in old grove sites? People pile rocks, and there's a lot of them up here. It's gonna take me forever. Here's where efficiency goes down. So something that I should mention here, being this is a black bean field, or going to be a black bean field, we learned from last year, our first year raising them, to dig the field deeper, because the chemicals you spray on the black beans are just not as powerful as what you can do on soybeans or corn. So what we seen, one digger last year was going deeper than the other, and see all these little weeds here? We're trying to eliminate that. What Eric is spraying is a pre. It will not kill anything already growing. And you could see to the line last year where the one digger was going deeper than the other and rooting out more weeds. And then when it came to spray it, these ones that were already established, that made it through the digger, didn't get killed by the first pass due to they were too big for the weak little chemicals we were using, which is what it is. We can only learn from our mistakes. And I wouldn't say it's a mistake, it was learning. We'd never done it before and didn't know what we were doing, and not gonna claim we do know what we're doing right now either, but we are gonna go deeper because that we know was evident. Oh gosh. Here's some more rocks. Gotta stop.
Okay, well, we're done with black bean pre-emerge. So I unhooked this sprayer. I'm gonna go back and hook up to the newer one with the Hawkeye system on it. And that is still the corn pre-emerge. And I got some acres to spray on that. Not gonna do it tonight, but I'm gonna get set up. Tomorrow we're hopefully gonna plant the rest of edibles, land roll, all that stuff. Start maybe doing a little bit of the pothole, wet spots in other fields, but the rush is starting to mellow out. There is no whole fields that need to be planted still, except for a couple edible bean fields. So that does feel pretty good. Don't have the gratitude, don't have the good feeling of being done with planting just because of these wet spots. And I'm talking after the edibles are finished up tomorrow, but it'll still feel really good. And it does feel good. Been a heck of a run. So let's go find the other sprayer.
Well, that's a wrap. Till that 80's ready. And then wet spots. That was fun while it lasted. All right, we're all back to the farm. Eric got the other sprayer hooked up. That is so nice having two sprayers where we didn't have to do a rinse out and all that stuff, because I'm sure black beans does not like triple flex. So he's got this hooked up. Don't know, no, he hasn't switched the cab over the monitor. Or control box is different from this one to the old one, but that is what it is. I don't know where he's been to find mud like that, but can't have nothing nice with him driving it. Anyways, I think that's gonna be a wrap. Obviously, we're gonna keep on grinding. We got planting to do tomorrow of what we just worked. Catch up on some 28% behind the corn planter. We just unhooked and went to spraying black beans before he could finish. So he's got some of that to do. And then we're gonna start potholing. That sounds about as enjoyable as having dental work done. But, gotta be done. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.